All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Lubber and Hawk. Come on, Lubber and Hawk. Hawk spawning as the red human over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map of Tide Hunters. Meanwhile, we have Lubber spawning as the yellow undead over here on the top left. Human versus undead, a matchup that I personally have hated since forever, since I'm a human player. Always felt like that undead, in order to get around undead, you really needed to um, use a lot of towers back when human towers were just so insanely strong. The masonry upgrade gave them 20% additional hit points and that additional armor, so you could have like 800 hit point, 808 armor towers with massive repairs. Very difficult for destroyers, even with mana, to overcome. Coming back around, we are looking at, well, pretty standard opening. Altar of Darkness should be showing Death Knight, I believe. Or are we going to actually see Crypt Lord? Wait for it. Wait for it. Up, Crypt Lord first, coming in from Lubber, going up against an Archmage first by Hawk. All right, Crypt Lord first does open up the opportunities for Impales. Also opens up the opportunity to go wide and just kind of swarm your opponent a little bit more. Undead, it does delay your Death Knight a little bit, and it makes the undead army just a bit slower since you don't have Unholy Aura nearly as early. Footman now scouting out across the map here as well. Shouldn't have any problems. I'm just going to go over there, go out and engage. Peasants now added in as we're looking at Archmage training up. No Arcane Vault. And, well, what is going to be the long-term strategies here? Archmage looking to clear out this 4-3-3 creep camp with some militia. Crypt Lord looking to, well, didn't take down any of these crabs or any of these units. We should be looking at beetles getting summoned up here in just a moment. Nope, skeletal minions first, as you want to get that cooldown going, and now going after this sea giant creep, or sea giant forest troll berserker creep camp. Forest Troll Berserker easily taken out, and Beetle should be popping up as well. There goes a couple of ensnares. It looks as one Footman is trying to put pressure onto the Acolyte. Acolyte easily able to just wander around, and oh, beautiful positioning by Lubber, making that Acolyte just teleport back to the other side, and the Footman unable to easily engage. Meanwhile, over here at what I'll call the 3 o'clock position, Hawk is clearing out the remainder of the creep camps. It looks like there was a denial right there. How can a creep get denied? Not quite sure what happened. I saw that exclamation mark. Yeah, how do creeps get denied? I'm not quite sure about that, as we could be going into a fast expansion attempt. Crypt Lord also going for that fast expansion attempt, so both sides going to be sitting on, trying to be setting up that expansion here, but that Ziggurat was in fact cancelled, as the Crypt Lord with double claws of attack +5, dealing quite a bit of bonus damage here, as we should be looking at, come on, finish off that low hit point skeletal minion. No, doesn't do so, and this is one of those situations where you need to get every single, click F9. What is that? What does that do? All right, a little confused. Shows who killed what. Apparently that doesn't work here. All right, Beetle's getting ready to engage here. Trying to fight Footman, gonna look to try and protect here. Arcane Tower nearly done. Beetles and Skeletal Minion looking to finish off some more units, as we're looking at the Footman trying to just retreat and run around here. There goes another Beetle. That's more experience again, and this may actually give the Archmage level 3. It's going to become very, very close. Skeletal Minions, yes, level 3 on the Archmage. Level 2 Water Elementals. Yeah, F9 doesn't work for replays. Also, not allowing me to zoom out with chat. You know, little things like that that hopefully can be addressed later on. Giant Sea Turtle going to get finished off here. Meanwhile, off to the north, Archmage, well, looking to finish off or try and put pressure on this haunted gold mine here. Not going to really work out. Ziggurat going to get pressured pretty quickly, perhaps force a cancellation. Ziggurat down to 100 in hit points. There's that cancellation once more. And now it's going to be going down to that haunted gold mine. Haunted gold mine, however, was able to finish. And now with fortified armor, that water elemental not really dealing much damage at all. Skeletal minions still getting dropped over. Level 3 versus level 3. Level 2 beetles should be popping out here momentarily. That's going to be a lot of corpses down here on the ground. And the Nerubian Tower actually going after that water elemental there, as we're going to look at another beetle getting finished off again. Low hit point footman retreating back. 43 supply by Hawk going up against Lubber's 33, as the units now finally fall back here. Looking at this, we are going to be on on 2 bases by both sides. A little bit of a slower game until the economies of the expansions are really going to be training up more units, as the Archmage and Footman ready to venture forth once more. Scroll of Regeneration right here. Hawk looking to just try and put pressure onto this space. Perhaps not give Lubber an easy opportunity to just continue to mine in peace. But I don't believe that Hawk's aggression is really going to pay off anywhere. And this is a bit of a strange position to be in for Hawk. Hawk wants to try and put pressure on here, but attacking an undead base, attacking the Blight while it has one Nerubian Tower is difficult enough, as now in comes the Archmage. Now, meanwhile, we are looking at the undead Crypt Lord already scrolling up Town Portal to try and protect the Necropolis. The Crypt is going to be taking a little bit of pressure, as well as the Footmen don't even have defend, but are going to be able to take down some of these Acolytes. Acolytes moving around to every which corner as well. Water Elementals looking to take down Tomb of Relics, and some of these other buildings constantly getting cancelled, as a low hit point Acolyte able to somehow stay alive, at least temporarily. One Water Elemental could get taken down, trying to finish off more of these ghouls as well. All right, damage adding up. It looks as though this ghoul about to get, well, down to 72 hit points. More beetles popping out. There's a denial right there, as the units are backing around the other way. Footmen continuing that fight, trying to prevent any mining here, as the beetles are going to be popping up pretty easily and regularly. And Lubber just being forced to constantly train up more and more Acolytes to fully saturate this gold mine. And, well, during this time, Hawk is also taking a little bit of an experience lead as well. So this is starting to work out well. I didn't expect it to. I thought perhaps Hawk could have used his time a bit better, as some of these water elementals could give bonus experience to the Crypt Lord. Yeah, the Crypt Lord actually going to come out ahead in terms of experience here in just a moment. There we are. Well, pretty much exactly the same. What about F12? I don't know. Let's see, F12. Nope, that's the message log. Murloc Nightcrawler looking to finish off this creep camp here. Panda sitting at level 1 out here on the battlefield, perhaps trying to deal with some of the ghouls, but we are already looking at a transition into Crypt Fiends. Double water elementals over here at the shop here, as we're looking our way back off to the north. Archmage gonna drop some water elementals. Nerubian Tower is here. Breath of Fire perhaps to try to add in some additional damage, but there is a Spirit Tower and also that Nerubian Tower, which causes so many problems. Panda continuing that fight here. Archmage trying to go after another Acolyte. Are we going to see that Acolyte get taken down? No, we are not, as that Acolyte going back, finally going back to work. There's a Breath of Fire. Another Acolyte could get taken down here, and it looks as though Hawk is just trying to constantly put pressure, making his opponent just spend more and more on Acolytes than anything else. All 4 of the 5 Acolytes were taken down once more. Lubber being forced to train them up again as they go back to work. Panda getting 72 bonus experience. You can assume the Archmage got 72 as well, as we're looking at the Archmage perhaps trying to get to level 4 here in just a moment. We are going into Castle. Priest are getting added in, and we are also going into Double Griffin Aviary. Hawks spending all of his gold, and in a hurry. No advanced lumber gathering as of yet, as the Panda Mage it's going to be close to leveling up here. Rock Golem going to give, level 4. Nope, not quite there. trying to finish off the remainder here. Priest now joining in on the battle. 46 supply compared to 46. Archmage actually purposely backs away to try and give the Brewmaster level 2. And there's level 2 now on the Brewmaster. Archmage could go up onto the high ground and try and get level 2 Brilliant Aura, but that's just not happening. Not quite sure why you wouldn't do that. I guess trying to get a little bit more experience and get that Panda to level 3, perhaps the better option or choice. Death Knight, Crypt Lord making its way down here. Are we going to see them clear out this Gargantuan Sea Turtle creep camp? Yes, they are going to be able to steal a bit of those creeps. Meanwhile, Footman with Defend walking to the other location here. We are getting Vampiric Aura by that Panda, so the Footman also getting a little bit of heals, as well as the Obsidian statues will reveal the location of Lubber's army. Archmage finds that, wait a second, my own expansion is getting cleared up here. Am I going to try and engage? Am I going to get the final shot off? No, it is not. All of those units stopped attacking temporarily, as the Panda is also just shy of level 3. Archmage is just shy of, or going to be just shy of level 4 off of this creep camp here. There's level 3 there. Archmage, well, Murloc Tidehunter, Murloc Huntsman, Archmage, going to be just shy. Yep, 11 experience there. Potion of Greater Healing and a Health Stone on that Death Knight represents a large amount of healing there. Meanwhile, Obsidian Statue is going to try and retreat back. There's a more Breath of Fire, Drunken Haze, slow-moving Crypt Fiends, and that damage over time does add up very quickly. As we're looking at the Panda still continuing this pressure. Level 4 now on the Archmage. Level 2, Brilliant Aura. That is also a lot of Priest here to keep this army alive and well, as we're now going into Paladin 3rd. No Stormbolt, no Mountain King 2nd. So, well, so how's that going to work in here? Are we perhaps going to be getting a Breath of Fire across all those units, as the Impale picks up all of those units temporarily? That was the major first Impale there. Water Elemental could easily get taken down. There's a Death Coil finding that target. No Orb of Fire there. There goes another Impale once more. Paladin doesn't have an Orb of Fire. That Water Elemental just turn around and attack it with a Crypt Fiend to try and get a little bit of experience, as well as the Death Knight. Well, no, Water Elemental going to be able to stick around a little while longer. All right, the Griffin Riders in the air representing, well, an easy damage on those units as that are trying to retreat back. Meanwhile, Obsidian Statues could get focused down very quickly from those Griffin Riders, who also have Inner Fire. Inner Fire, a little bit of additional armor and bonus damage, as well as we're looking at the Archmage now finally retreating back here. Death Knight sitting at level 2, not yet quite at level 3. Water Elemental going to be absorbing some of that damage. Gargantuan Sea Turtle, you can see the Griffins, 3 Griffins in the air, able to easily finish that off, as the Paladin gets to level 2, picking up a Potion of Greater Healing. Vampiric Aura helping the Panda and the Paladin as well. Footman, Spellbreakers, not so much. But we're looking at Hawk sitting nearly at an 80 supply army, sitting at 77 over 78, finishing off the remainder of this creep camp here, as we are going into a Lich 3rd by the Undead. Archmage, no Orb of Fire. Interesting call. Perhaps it doesn't make as much of a difference since the Death Knight is not at level 3 as of yet, but I would have thought an Orb of Fire would have been the perfect item to try and counteract a bit of the healing that does sometimes go down. All right, big Breath of Fire across the middle line units. No Drunken Haze at the start, though. There goes the Impale, as the Griffin Riders are currently on the ground. Inner Fire working quite a bit, as we're looking at the, well, Water Elemental going to get taken down. Are we going to see another Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire? No mana for the Breath of Fire there. Just a Drunken Haze, as they're moving very slowly. And we're looking at the Crypt Fiends able to web down the Griffins and no longer able to easily attack. More damage coming back through Holy Light onto the Brewmaster. Brewmaster sitting at level 3, trying to get getting closer to level 4, as that Paladin, well, there's that Divine Shield in that front line spot, as the Footman getting taken down pretty easily as well. All right, there's a little bit more healing. Crypt Lord does have a Potion of Greater Healing and also a Scroll of Healing. Should be able to continue this fight for quite a bit of time, and an Orb of Fire could have been all the difference right here, as we're looking at a Death Coil finding that Crypt Lord again. That is level 2 Death Coil, now finally healing up large amounts of hit points, as Hawk may have overstayed his welcome here. Are we going to see a dead Griffin? No, we are. Or nope, that was a Sentry Ward instead. Scroll of Town Portal, where did they teleport off to? Back to the expansion location here. 71 supply over 90 production. 2 additional Griffins making their way through. A Beetle going to easily get finished off here, as the Archmage does finally pick up an Inner Fire. All right, Hawk not going to be able to save this base at all. The guard towers, well, falling prey, falling victim to the destroyers extremely fast. But it looks as though Hawk is going to use this opportunity to clear out the Granite Golem creep camp off to the north. 1-2 upgrades on these Griffin Riders, but the Granite Golem, as we know, is immune to magic, so the Griffin's not able to do very much of anything. Scroll of Town Portal heading back down to the south. Are they going to be able to, well, get a proper defense here? There's some big damage as all of those units are trying to retreat back. Yes, all of the units able to retreat back with no real problem. Inner Fire, priest count, what, 3-4 priests right there. Decent number of priest health bars, actually making it difficult to spot everything even without it. The Griffins just hiding some of those priests as well, as they're finally on the move once again. 3 base human going up against a 2 base undead. Lubber nearly, well, Lubber showing, what is that, about 7 minutes of mining left from the main gold mines, and the expansion still have at least 10 minutes of mining left. Not so much, only 9 minutes coming across, or yeah, was it 9? Oh, 8 minutes? Yeah, about 7.5 minutes from the expansion there. All right, Goblin Merchant about to get shut down once more. Giant Sea Turtles going after the Crypt Fiends there. This army of Banshees, Crypt Fiends, and Destroyers once again on the move. Flying machines are there. Hawk is attempting to set up additional towers, actually right in the middle of this gold mine line. Meanwhile, one water elemental looking to shut down this haunted gold mine here as the yellow undead army making a play straight up through the middle. All right, Paladin does sit at level 3, 4-4-3, going up against 5-3-3. And the Crypt Lord with level 3 Impale can really perhaps make quite a bit of damage here. Anti-Magic Shell. And, well, this fight is going to go perhaps in favor of Lubber. 80 supply versus 83. Anti-Magic Shell offering additional protection. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, as the fly machines are looking to take down the destroyers. Units are fighting both sides here. Destroyers still engaging. Crypt Fiend or a Priest are in that backfield, able to continue to heal, but getting impaled temporarily. All right, Death Knight still in that back portion there. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, really adding up a lot more damage. Panda has enough mana for it again. Is he going to perhaps get another Breath of Fire there? He goes across multiple units as multiple priests are having a big problem. And wow, that Icy Blast finishing off so many priests right there. One priest down to 26 hit points, somehow still staying alive as the flying machines are getting taken down slowly but surely. Lich could be in trouble. Lich is going to get taken down. Lich falls. Archmage gets up to level 5. Now going after some of those units instead. Lich falls at level 3. Death Knight falls as well. What in the world just happened in that fight? It felt like Lubber was commanding that battle throughout, able to blast apart so many of those priests, so many of those units. And then in the final 4 seconds, Death Knight falls, Lich falls, and none of the human heroes fall. 5-4-3 going up against a 5, a dead 4, and a dead 3 now, as the flying machines were able to easily clear up and own the skies and protect from those destroyers. 2 destroyers are all that are left. There is a lot of Crypt Fiends down on the ground. We're looking at guard towers getting added in here as well. I don't see knights, even though knights would be the proper unit to try and work around the sheer number of Crypt Fiends that Lubber has. Lubber is burrowing into the ground here. We're looking at 49 supply compared to a 49 supply army compared to 61. And well, I guess the surprise there is that the overall supply is about the same. It's just that Lubber has a much larger army overall. Perhaps the ghouls, after they harvest a good amount of lumber, will actually be joining into the battle as well. Paladin gonna get to level 4 off of this creep camp. Panda's gonna stay at level 5 most likely. What's going on here? Just trying to get in that damage. And oh, the enraged or these elementals, although Griffin should actually be going after the larger elementals in the front line. Priests getting added back into the battle. Flying machines are all there too. All right, Archmage looking to put in pressure. Archmage, double claws of attack. and an Orb of Fire plus 28 damage. Flying Machines do not have ground attacks at all, as we're looking at the units looking to back away here. All right, Undead Army catching one Flying Machine out of position here. Lich is back out onto the field. Death Knight getting resurrected the old-fashioned way and should be ready to go in just a moment. This is always a bit of bad news. That Lich was just sitting there for so long, no real focus. It felt like Lubber lost control of his units for a bit of time, and now we're going to be seeing a bit of an engagement. All right, Flying Machines going after the Destroyers. Webb trying to take down the Flying Machines. Drunken Haze Breath of Fire across multiple units as the Crypt Lord absorbing quite a bit of damage. And is it going to end up getting taken down? There is a Death Coil Potion of Greater Healing trying to stay alive as the Orb of Fire is really racking up that damage. There goes another Death Coil, Holy Light, and the Crypt Lord gets taken down. Panda now sitting at level 5 here. Are we going to be looking at more Breaths of Fire as well, as the units are now trying to retreat back again? Panda still in that frontline spot. There's a Breath of Fire. Death Knight could end up getting taken down easily as well. I think, did it use a Death Pact? Yes, it did. It used a Death Pact to try and stay alive, and it looks like it's going to be able to do that for a little while longer. Breath of Fire across multiple units could happen again. We're looking at the Crypt Fiends trying to survive this battle. There's a Breath of Fire. It looks like a Banshee or two was lost. Griffins are getting taken down as well, as the Panda still has a bit of mana. All right, continuing the fight. Priest are in the backfield trying to heal up more and more. Are we going to see another Breath of Fire across all of those units? That damage does add up very quickly, but it didn't take down any units at all, as the anti-magic shell is just adding bonus hit points and extra survivability to across so many units. More Devour Magic as the Destroyers are eating through some of those. Oh, wow. That final Breath of Fire taking down 3 Crypt Fiends and an Obsidian statue. That could be the tipping point right there. Lubber losing, was that 16 supply in 1 Breath of Fire. Well, Bad Breath taking down multiple units right there. A 16 supply swing as the tipping point right there. The breath that blew the game away, as the Death Knight and the Lich still trying to keep this expansion alive and well. Panda in position off over here. There's a Breath of Fire, but the Acolytes are going to be just absolutely fine. New Griffins here. Flying Machines are here as well. Panda perhaps should not have tried to dive in too deep. Where is that Paladin in the backside there? Does have Devotion Aura items. What's going to be picked up? Nothing new from the shop. It is level 3 Brilliance Aura over level 3 Water Elementals. That could be the reason why it feels like the Panda has just a seemingly mana for days. Also, the Priest and the Sorceress have large amounts of mana as well. The downside has been the Devour Magic from the Destroyers has really taken away the effectiveness of those water elementals, as they just end up feeding experience. All right, canceling all of these buildings and now looking to retreat and head back here. But this is going to open up the attacks on the north side here, as Lubber is going to perhaps lose a couple of Acolytes here. All right, there goes Acolytes, going to get taken out again. An army now needs to transition back off to the north, and all Hawk needs to do is just try and take down the remainder of Lubber's base here, and it is going to be a solid 3 or at least 2 bases for a little while longer. No, this gold mine just now done. This gold mine only 1 minute left, so it's going to be 1 base versus 0, which is pretty much all Hawk needs at this point. Archmage, that Orb of Fire really made a drastic difference in getting perhaps another Orb of Fire onto the Panda to be able to engage against the Destroyers does make a certain amount of sense. Lubber is trying to hold on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Water Elementals clearing up the remainder of these crypts here. And what are we going to buy? Scroll of Town Portal, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, Scroll of Healing on both the Panda and that Paladin. Plenty of healing to go around. Maxed out mana on the Priest and the Sorceresses as well. The Crypt Fiends were unable to really focus down onto that back line, as the Panda's Drunken Haze and Breath of Fire really represented a large amount of damage and damage mitigation with that missing effect. All right, Water Elemental going to try and engage here. Flying Machines going after the Destroyer's web. Doesn't work well against the Flying Machines nearly as much as, well, the Flying Machines are only 1 supply. We see a quick impale right there. Priest taking quite a bit of damage. Flying Machines, well, going to get picked off here as The destroyers are in that backline spot. Panda in that front line. No, Lich falls already at level 5. There's that Breath of Fire blowing things over again and again, and that is going to be the game as Lubber leaves right there. Hawk is victorious, but that one Breath of Fire really being the drastic difference. Play offline. Can I see the score? Yep, there we go. Being that one drastic difference. You are welcome, Metaphysics. That recap, pretty much fighting on a razor's edge. Hawk trying to get an advantage without falling behind too much. We saw the amount of breaths of fires that Hawk's Panda executed, and that damage just slowly built up. And that one final breath of fire, taking down 3 Crypt Fiends and an Obsidian statue, 12 supply worth of units right there in an instant. And at that point, you knew that that was a very big deal. Sudden drop in damage output. The priests were able to maintain their heals. Also, that orb of fire on the Archmage made such a drastic difference for the undead not being able to heal. I want to confirm this, but I believe the Orb of Fire also reduces the effectiveness of Potion of Greater Healing as well. So when you looked on paper or you looked at the Crypt Lord, you saw, okay, there's a level 3 Death Knight right next to it, or I think there's a level 4 Death Knight, or maybe even level 5. Just a high level Death Knight, had a Potion of Greater Healing, and had Scrolls of Healing with Obsidian statues. The Crypt Lord should be fine. No, that definitely wasn't the case. The Crypt Lord was a little bit exposed. The Orb of Fire on the Archmage, plus the Claws of Attack plus 12 on the Archmage, was really adding up that damage rather fast. All attempts at trying to heal the Crypt Lord, even with anti-magic shell, giving it a little bit of additional durability and fighting against those griffins, was not enough. And that battle off in the north in the main expansion of Lubber ending up going in favor of Hawk. Hawk capitalized on it and was able to push it to a victory. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something. And, well, stay tuned for more WarCraft 3.